Greetings to all in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Happy Sunday once again. I hope you all are enjoying this day, immersed in the mercy and in the hope that is found in Jesus Christ. The word of wisdom for today is encouragement. Now, what do you do when you feel like you're giving up? Everyone has that moment, whether it be your health, whether it be broken relationships, whether with friends or family, financial problems, financial stress, paying the bills, whatever it may be, or just flat out depression. They start to wonder if they actually have the strength, people with these problems, to keep going, because they don't seem to see the light at the end of their tunnel called life. If you find yourself at this point, you or me, I want to share some encouragement found in Scripture from Hebrews chapter 12, which gives us all, as a body of believers, a powerful reason why we should keep on persevering, keep on striving for excellence, even in the face of depression, financial problems, so on and so forth. Now, Hebrews chapter 11, if you've been in the church for a very long time, you know that this is a very well-known chapter, and specifically it talks about faith. And how the writer of Hebrews describes it is that he lists a bunch of the characters from the Bible and how they exemplify faith in order to show us how we can be steadfast. He mentions a lot of great people of faith: Abraham, David, Moses, and many others that we know. Their stories, we all know, are sources of encouragement, sources of how they showed faith in the midst of trials and tribulations. But there's a phrase that starts off in the first verse of Hebrews chapter 12 that I want to emphasize today, which says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith." What Paul is saying here in this verse is that he does not want you to give up because heaven is watching and cheering for you. That is encouraging news. What Paul is trying to say is that as a body, as a believer, you have an audience. Nothing you have ever done has been hidden from heaven. God sees it all. As Job says in Job 31:4, he sees everything I do and every step that I take. And Jesus tells us in Luke chapter 12, verse 7, even every hair on your head has been counted. And he knows when any hair on your head has fallen. God knows every single detail of your life, and he watches every breath that you take. There are no secrets between you and him. And it's not just God who is watching from heaven, but it is Abraham, Jacob, Moses, and all the other saints before us. People who have lived the fight of faith. And they are in heaven watching each and every one of you to see how well you are being steadfast, how much you love God, and how much are you showing it. Now, how is this encouraging to know that people are watching us? When you start to get discouraged, each and every one of us are discouraged in our own special type of way. Whenever you start to get discouraged, remember that there are people in heaven, in the past, that have gone through much worse circumstances compared to you and me. And that they are watching you out of joy and out of happiness, being happy for you and loving you for believing in God in the first place. And they want to see how much you are enduring and how much you are being steadfast in the life that God has given you. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like you are depressed and have no hope to press on, remember that there are people who have gone before you and are offering you encouragement every single second of your life. Throughout, and they show that through their life stories in the Bible, and they are going to keep on remembering that while they watch you from heaven. So, as we go out for this week and for the rest of our lives, remember that you are never alone. Whether it be just God and you, there are also people of faith that are watching you as well, that are cheering you on, who is behind you in the fight called life. But when you supersede obstacles, when you supersede your pain and your depression, not only is God cheering, but they are cheering as well. You have an audience. You have people that love you and want the best for you spiritually. And with that, may God bless this word.